Superman issue 8 heads to the past where the young Sammy Stryker is tested for his tactile telekinesis. Told all about the new power by his doctor, he asks the doctor if technically everything he comes in contact is affected by this power, then the molecules of the air can be as well, and therefore he could eventually be able to control all of reality. The doctor is unsure if he could actually do that as Sam begins flying his model plane around the room like it is nothing, making his father, Carl, and Lex outside the room comment on how remarkable it is. Carl begins thinking about the practical applications for the tactile telekinesis in their prison, but Sebastian knows that this goes way beyond that. Carl plans on sharing their findings with Cadmus as Lex watches the boy silently, told that he has created something special with Sam. In the present, Sam asks Dr. Farm and Mr. Graft why he should work with them. The villains say that they have a common enemy in Lex Luthor, and in the years since Sam was locked up, Lex has shown himself to be a true villain, and both of the men are planning on putting together a partnership with other like-minded individuals to get some revenge. Sam doesn't like partners since he knows exactly who Lex is. However, Graf begs to differ, showing him a hologram of Lex's history over the last few decades, as in the wreckage of the metropolis below, the Superman family helped the emergency workers, discussing who the Chained is and how he has the same powers as Superboy. Clark knows where they can get answers, taking Supergirl and Superboy to Stryker's island. He contacts Lex, who talks to him through the Signal Watch and is instantly met by the hero upon learning where he is. Lex figured that the hero would leave him to die since he didn't turn up when Lex needed him in the prison. Superman knows that that's not what happened at all, but apologizes all the same. Superboy thinks that Lex had it coming, but Lex knows that it's all in the past now and they are dealing with the new and improved Lex Luthor. Superman asks him about the Chained, and Lex surprisingly tells him all about Sammy Stryker, revealing there is only one way to deal with this threat, and Superman knows what it is. Superman refuses to kill anyone, wanting to find another way to deal with the Chained. The hero spots Lena is back, but Letitia warns her granddaughter to stay away from the alien. Lois fills Clark in on the surprise Luthor family reunion that had happened in the hospital when suddenly the wall is blown open by the Chained, who wraps Superman up in the chains again and grabs Lena with his telekinesis, finding that she has Lex's eyes, confirming to him that she is his daughter. The prison guards confront the villain, making him think that not much has changed since he was imprisoned, except Lex went bald. Sam crushes the guards, killing them instantly as the immobile Superman whispers something to Superboy. The Chained tells Lena that her father is a very bad man, something Lena already knows all too well, and the villain hopes that that means she understands why he must be punished. Lex tries to bargain with Sam, wanting his daughter to be left alone, but Sam loves hearing Lex beg, wondering if he remembers when he begged for Lex to help him. Superman tells Connor to go now, and both heroes fly as fast as they can out of the room, pulling the Chained with them. Lena, free from the telekinesis, falls to the floor, but Lex grabs her before she hits the ground. However, she demands he get away from her, leaving him alone in the destroyed room. Superman and Superboy meanwhile speed through the city with the Chained behind them, suddenly stopping and causing Sam to be catapulted out in front of them, snapping their chains. Lex contacts Superman, telling him that he didn't lock Sam up because of his powers, but because he killed his father. Superman thinks that he should have been arrested then, not left to be rotting in some dungeon. Lex didn't have a choice though, since Superman has seen firsthand what the boy is capable of, and he's a monster. As Superboy battles the Chained, Lex reveals that Superboy's powers came from Sammy, as Cadmus used his research notes to replicate his powers and put them in a clone which would become Connor. But his powers are a mere fraction of what Sammy is actually capable of thanks to his rage. Superman asks how the man stopped him before, and with some hesitation, Lex reveals that he built in a weakness to certain elements to get past Sam's force field. However, he needed a certain unique element, one he found years prior in Smallville. Superman realizes that he means kryptonite, and that Sammy is weak to kryptonite. As Superman is pulled down by the chains, Lex tells him that he'll need Mercy's help and he needs to get to Supercorp. Suddenly a chain grabs Lex, pulling him out of the building and choking him as Sam tells him that his time is over. And while Lex created him, he also rejected him, just like his father did, so he will die just like him as well. Lex calls for Superman's help, and the hero, now clad in a protective suit, smashes into the chain, using the suit's kryptonite-covered gauntlets to get through his force shields and hit him. Superboy meanwhile rescues Lex, who tells Connor to take him to Mercy since while Superman has the kryptonite gauntlets, Superboy will be needed in the next part of their plan. The Chained meanwhile can't believe that Superman still defends Lex, having seen all he's done in the world and how he's more of a monster than he could have imagined. Yet Superman does nothing but risk his life for the villain. Superman finds an opening and getting up, he hits Sam again, shattering his kryptonite gauntlets, telling him that he risks his life for everyone, but he won't make the mistake Lex made and be Sam's judge, jury, and executioner. Thanks to the suit being compromised by Sam's punches, Clark begins feeling the effects of the kryptonite, wanting to help Sam before they both succumb to the radiation. Sam reveals that he met with Farm and Graft, who showed him what Lex did to Parasite and Metallo and Bizarro and Marilyn Moonlight. Sam uses his abilities to crack Superman's bones, telling him to quit and let him kill Lex since the hero cannot defeat him. Superman tells him that he doesn't need to as Superboy jumps on Sam, securing the prisoner helmet he wore in the prison back on Stryker's Island to his head. Supercorp then deploys super straps that tie Sam down and end the threat, sealing him in another cocoon. The Superman family, Perry White and others begin helping the people trapped by the destruction as Supergirl brings Lois down to the ground zero. Lois demands to know where Clark is as Lex warns her that the kryptonite was the only way to slow the chain down. Lois rushes to Clark, but Superboy stops her as Clark has not only been covered in kryptonite but also had it embedded in his chest as well.